Our sponsors for this evening, Smashgo, which is the resources or the Resources Centre, online training resources centre for entrepreneurs and business owners. And we do things like online courses like Canva Mastery for Business, look after people's websites, help people with their CRM setups, connecting it all together and their digital ecosystem. So if you want to visit them, just go to easyurl.co/Canva. And the other one is Cloudways, who are our web host. So they've been our web host for about 5 or 6 years now. And as a thank you and for sponsoring here, they are giving away a 20% discount on your WordPress web hosting, $15 free credit on your first month, and a 2-week free trial, just so you can navigate the platform to check them out to see whether they're for you. So if you go to that link, easyurl.co/Cloudways, you can sign up to that 2-week free trial, and they will automatically apply those discounts should you go any further. All right, well, let's have a look at the cool online tools that we've got lined up for us tonight. First one I got for you is, this here is for Mac users, actually. For you Windows users, I've got one for you as well too that does the same job, and I'll show you that one. But this tool here is one called Renamer. It is an app that you can download to your computer. It is free, and what it allows you to do is to bulk rename files, and files like images, videos, well, any sort of file type that you've got. Why would you use it, or how do you use it? For me, in the process of creating websites, or on my website, if you've got things like images for a gallery, so let's say you've run an event, you've got images for a gallery. We all know that search engine optimization looks at things like the URLs of your images, the names of your images. So a bulk renamer will change the image name. So if you've downloaded it from your phone, for instance, or your camera, then the image names are things pretty generic. Might say IMG-20012002. So it's a sequential number. This way here you can upload them all to the app here, rename it. You might call it your business name, website name. You still have the numerical numbers on it. And then you can download it again, and then you can upload those as a gallery to your website or to the properties that you're using. So you can use it for that. You can also use it for tidying up your files in your filing system. So if you've got files there that say systems and procedures files, you may want to preface them with, say, SOP at the front. So this will allow you to preface all the files. You can remove characters out of it. You can add characters in. You can shorten it. You can do all sorts of manipulation on those file names. So this is an app that I probably don't use it daily, but I certainly use it every week as we get bunches of photos to use. So that one there is called Renamer. It's renamer.com. The Windows version of it is one called bulknameutility.co.uk. That is also a free download, and also does the same job as well too. So these links here, we will drop these into chat so that you can save the chat at the end of the evening, and then they'll be in a format that you can just click on them and go straight through to the website. So you don't have to worry about looking at the URL bar to see what that what the name of it or the URL of it is. So if you're not sure where chat is, down the bottom of your toolbar is an icon that looks like a speech bubble, got chat written underneath it. If you click on that, open it up, and you can see that actually that app is already there, and people introduce themselves. Yeah, so feel free to introduce yourself as well too. So we'll pop all those apps there, and at the bottom of chat are 3 little dots. If you click on that, then you can save it. So you can save that progressively through the evening, and it will save to the same file. All right, so that's the very first one. Next one I've got for you is this one here. Now, I do use this app daily. It is called Kiwi for Gmail. So anyone that uses Google Mail, whether it be Gmail or Google Workspace, then you know that you're having to open the Chrome browser or a browser to then go and open and access your emails. So for me, that's not entirely convenient, because generally I'm working in my browser with other things. I like to keep my emails open in a separate tab on a separate screen. You can drag a browser tab there over into another screen, but of course, as soon as you go and close your your browser, then your email is gone as well too. And I am finding I have to close my Chrome browser, 2 or 3 times a day, just because it chews up so much energy on the computer that it does need to be shut down and restarted again. So what Kiwi for Gmail is it is your Google Workspace in an app. And it sits separately to your computer. It's separate to your browser. In fact, it's its own little browser, essentially. You get your emails in there. You can access Google Drive, Google Meet, everything that's in your Google Workspace account. You can access it from that particular app. And for me, it's a particularly convenient way to do it. You can also have a number of email addresses in there. So you can log into up to about 9 Gmail and Workspace addresses. And you can just access them all at a click of a button. It just puts a tab at the top of the email accounts. So you can just sort of click through to all the email addresses. So again, super convenient, because if you have several email addresses open in one window of Google Chrome, you'll find that Google Chrome then switches between whichever one you've logged into for accessing other things like YouTube or Google Drive, whatever. So it is just a wee bit inconvenient, or you've got to have number of windows open with the separate emails addresses open. So this particular app organizes it all. Super handy, super helpful. And yes, it is one that I use every day. It is not free, but it's not expensive. So, and they've got a number of plans there as well too. They do have a 7-day free trial if you want to check it out. And it's not all loading on my screen. There we go. So yeah, $4 a month for the starter. I think I'm on the $8 a month one, which gives me access to 9 different Gmail accounts. So well worth checking out. As I say, I use this one every day, and that one there is Kiwi for Gmail. All right, next one I've got for you is, as we know, deliverability is a massive, I was going to say problem, but it's super important for your CRM and for your reputation with your domain. So if you are sending out bulk emails, and if it's from a CRM, so things like, well, for me, this particular event here, we send out bulk emails. They go out through our CRM. We have 3 that go out on a Tuesday. Why does it go out on a Tuesday? Because for some reason, no one reads any emails except on Tuesdays. And so we've got to keep our reputation up because we're sending so many emails out. This particular app here is called quickemailverification.com. What it's used for, if I can log into it, is it's used for what they call cleaning or washing your email addresses. So what that means is that one of the things that affects your email reputation when sending is how many bounces you get. So how many emails that you send out that get bounced back. Now, typically an email address is, particularly business email addresses, are good for up to about 5 years. So people tend to change roles, change jobs, within that 5-year period, which means their email address is then dead when they move jobs because they've got a new domain, new workplace, new email address, and even for businesses as well too. So so if you know that, what is it? That's about 20% of your list is going, in the space of a year, the email addresses are going to be redundant. So about 20% of them are going to be non-deliverable. So what this particular app does is you can download all of the email addresses from your CRM, upload the list to this particular app here, and it will verify all of the email addresses, and it will come back with a list of what they call clean email addresses, or ones that are going to deliver. You can discard the rest or go through a process there of calling all of the people with the email address to find out what their new email addresses are. I'd like to say you could email them, but you can't because the email addresses don't work anymore. So that's more of a manual process. But at least you can then go and delete all of the bad email addresses out of your CRM, maintain your deliverability, which means that your emails don't end up going into people's spam folders. So that's really important. It's not a free app. It's also not expensive as well. You buy credits for it, and every email you upload is a credit. And so that's if you're uploading them in bulk. You can also do single email verifications as well too. So you can see I've got email. Well, that's my email address in there. Click verify email address, and it'll give you a signal as to whether it is dead or whether it is now live email address. So super important for deliverability. So that one, and I've got a client there that's got something like 10,000 emails, hasn't touched the list for probably 3 or 4 years. So this is the app that we use to clean that whole list up before we upload it to his CRM. So that one there is called quickemailverification.com. All right, next app I've got for you. This is my image app. This is actually a web version of it. So you can get this for both iPhone and Android environments on your phone. It's an app called prisma-ai.com. And what it allows you to do is photos that you take, it allows you to upload the photos. Where'd we go? It allows you to upload the photos and you can apply a filter to it. So there's a photo that's in there already. And you can see on the left-hand side, they've got a range of filters. So these filters here just can do things like this. They can cartoonize an image. They can turn it into a pattern. And they've got various different effects that you've got with it. And so you can select one that you like. Why would you use it, or how would you use it? I use it in social media posts. So, what are the things that are going to stop people scrolling? Now, when you've got lots and lots of photos, because we know that social media is both image rich and video rich, when you've got lots of photos up in these social media platforms, they've just been taken with people's phones. They all look pretty much the same-ish in terms of, their exposure and that sort of thing. So there's nothing really that stands out or pops with them. So this one here can just make your photos or your images stand out a bit more on social media so that it stops the scroll and gets people at least into your posts to have a look at it. So there's a ton of different filters in this here as well. You can also use them for your website. So if you're looking for funky pictures and things for your website, then you can use this particular app here. So rather than just standard photos, sometimes the exposure isn't great or they're a bit nondescript, I suppose, then you can use these to sharpen up your images and give it a different look as well too. That means you don't have to use an app like Photoshop or any of those more expensive apps, or the ones that really require you to have some sort of technical ability to use them. This particular app, you need no technical ability. It just works. So fantastic tool. As I say, I use this every week. It's called app.prisma-ai.com. And this is the desktop version, and it also has the phone version as well too.
Is there a button on there to make the person taking the photo hold the camera the right way around, aim the right way, put it in the right light, and the right correct distance and framing from the subject?
Yeah, no. So this is the next best thing to that there, because if you've got those crappy photos, this makes them look.
Not much you can do with them, is it?
No, that's another app, Paul.
It's called. We won't embarrass anybody. No.
Yeah. All right, and the final app that I've got for you tonight is one called Voxer.com. So this is a walkie-talkie app. So it's one that resides on your phone. It doesn't work off the computer. So you download it to your phone. It's free. They've got both a free and a paid version for it. What it allows you to do is to send recorded voice messages to people, walkie-talkie style. So if you happen to have the app open on your phone, then when someone hits the button and starts talking, then they're immediately talking to you. You hear their voice coming through just like a walkie-talkie, and then you can hit the voice or the button on your app, and you can talk to them back again. So it is a walkie-talkie style communication back and forth from people. Great thing about it is you can be on different sides of the planet for it to work. Unlike walkie-talkies, you need to be in close proximity to each other. And if you don't happen to have the app open, then when you do open it, well, it'll send you a notification on your phone there to let you know there's been a message that's come through. You can open your app and then you can listen to it, and then you can reply walkie-talkie style to it as well too. It does do text-based messaging as well too, but it really is made for that walkie-talkie voice style of thing. So I've used this on a construction site before. So I've used that instead of walkie-talkies because everybody's got a mobile on it. And again, you can use it in hospitality. So you can imagine sort of kitchen and waiters and waitresses using this sort of thing. education, all sorts of different uses for it as well. And if you've got a team of virtual assistants or a virtual assistant, you can also use it for that as well too. So rather than typing messages, you can just leave a voice message or talk to them in real time. If you don't want to be picking up the phone and having a real-time conversation with them, this is the next best thing to real-time conversation, and probably another step back from text-based conversations. So that is Voxer.com. And that there would be the end of our Cool Online Tools for this evening. So tell us, what was your favorite? Just drop into chat there what your favorite tool is, or the one that you will find will be the one that you'll use during the week, or you might try out. We've got all of the apps and tools are now in chat as well too, so you can save at the end of this segment. And of course, we'll pop these apps and tools up in the Business Owners Smashing It Online Facebook group. If you're not a member of that group, then go and join that now. Go to Facebook, hit the join button. We'll get you in there. And of course, you'll get to see all of the other apps and tools that were posted over the weeks as well too. So drop into chat. Tell us, what is your app that you think will take you down that rabbit hole. So votes there for Prisma, the email app, Renamer. All right, fairly even spread for today. But as I say, all of those tools, they're ones that I use on pretty much on a daily basis, not daily, certainly a weekly basis for productivity and the things that I do. So that was the theme of the Cool Online Tools for today. If you've got any other tools that you think would be useful for us to profile or to share, feel free to send those through to me, and I'm happy to credit you with those if we profile them in the show. If you've got some interesting uses for it that I haven't covered as well, let me know about that as well. I'll pop it in the Facebook group, Business Owners Smashing It On Facebook group. Let us know how you use it as well too, and how it helps with your productivity. All right, well, that is the Cool Online Tools segment. And of course, if you want a hand with any of those, or want any sort of help with any of those tools, feel free to reach out to me. You can get me at smashgo.co, and I'm more than happy to have a conversation and help you through those as well too.